Have you ever wondered how people manage to make over $1 million? The idea of one day becoming a millionaire is one of that probably every single person on earth has dreamed of.
This time next year, we'll be millionaires.
But for almost all of them, it stayed just like that, a dream. So how do you make it become reality? While nobody can guarantee you a magic way that you will become a millionaire, if you truly make the conscious decision to not sleepwalk through life and instead work constantly to improve yourself, you can achieve nearly everything. It's not about the money that will change your life. It's about changing your life to make the money that changes your life. In this video, I'm gonna give you these 4 simple steps that you need to follow if you want to make more money consistently. Let's start with step 1, managing expenses. American investor Dave Ramsey once said,
"You must gain control over your money, or the lack of it will forever control you."
and it's valuable advice. If you want to make more money and increase your value in the market, balancing your income with your expenses is the first step. By this I mean increasing your income at the same time that you decrease or maintain the level of your expenses. The trap that many people fall into as they start to earn more money is to increase their spending at the same rate. They might go out and buy that fancy Rolex or a new car and end up having little money left for future investments. Instead, you want to manage your expenses to a level where you still have enough left to invest. Balancing your budget and having more capital to invest will bring you better success in the long term and for sure faster. Even if you earn less than somebody else, you can actually be investing more than that person. Let's explain by comparing 2 versions. Version A, let's call him Alan, he makes $100,000 a year. He sees all this money coming in, he buys some fancy clothes, buys a new car or expensive watch. At the end of it, he got maybe only $20,000 to invest. Let's say now the other version, let's call him Bob, he makes $50,000 a year. And he buys maybe clothes from secondhand, he buys a cheap but reliable car, and at the end he has $40,000 to invest. Despite earning half the amount of income, Bob has got double the amount to invest than Alan. So if now Bitcoin was, for example, at $10,000 each, Alan could buy 2 Bitcoins. Bob, however, could buy 4 Bitcoins because he manages income and expenses. Bob is able to double his investment amount each time he invests, and his market value is higher. So over time it will be Bob that gets to $1 million first, not Alan. Remember, more capital to invest brings you faster to the result that you want. So be like Bob. Which brings us to step 2, timing.
The 2 most powerful warriors are patience and time.
There's no such thing as quick wins, no such thing as shortcuts, no guarantees. You have to be patient. Part of this is understanding timing, knowing when to buy and when to sell. The trap many people fall into is rushing to make decisions based on short-term trends. The biggest advice I can give you is to ignore the daily market movements. Don't sit there every day watching your crypto go up or down. First of all, it isn't healthy, and second of all, it doesn't lead to success. Don't just buy all the time out of fear of missing out. Simply analyze the long-term trends. Bitcoin has consistently dropped in cycles between 60 to 80% before increasing to new all-time highs. By analyzing the trends of these drops, you can start to invest and spread your bets. So when the turn comes and it continues to get higher, you can start to sell. Over time, you make a nice profit. Next, I'm going to show you how to spread your bets and reduce the risk. Before I do, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Benjamin Graham was the mentor to Warren Buffett, and he was the person who coined the term dollar cost averaging.
The practitioner invests in common stocks, the same number of dollars each month or each quarter. In this way, he buys more shares when the market is low than when it is high, and he is likely to end up with a satisfactory overall price for all his holdings.
This basically means you invest a consistent small amount at regular intervals so that over time you get a good overall price. This is meant to eliminate a lot of risk involved from investing at the wrong time. Here's how you do it. Remember, the key is to manage our investment at very particular times and not invest all at once. As the market fluctuates, we can see overall trends. Now, ideally, we would invest when it's the absolute lowest at the Bitcoin price, and we would sell at the absolute peak. What we do instead is spread out our investments, buying at a regular interval on the way down and selling regular intervals on the way up. If you had, for example, $30,000 to invest and Bitcoin was a price $10,000, you could spend now $30,000 and buy 3 Bitcoins. However, it's better to spread this investment out. Say you buy 1 Bitcoin at $10,000, then the price goes down to $7,500 per Bitcoin, you buy another one, then it goes down to $5,000 and you buy another one. Now you have in total 3 Bitcoins for an average price of $7,500, but you still have enough money left to buy 1.5 Bitcoins. Then if the price starts to rise again, try to start selling on at least the second to last interval that you were buying at. So in this example, we don't start selling until it hits 7,500 again. We sell one Bitcoin at $7,500, sell another one at $10,000, and then if it continues to climb, we sell our third Bitcoin at $12,500. Overall, we spent like $22,500 and we sold for $30,000. Or you could even be riskier and start selling at $10,000, $12,500 and make even bigger returns. So remember the key principles. Don't invest or sell all at once. Spread out your investments. Watch the long-term trends so you can buy on the way down and sell on the way up. But before you do any of these previous 3 steps,
hold up.
there is one final important step that you will make or break your investment, and that's research.
It is far better to buy a wonderful business at a fair price than a fair business at a wonderful price.
As Warren Buffett says, it's better to invest in something good. You can do all this hard work, balancing your budget, being careful with timings, and averaging your investments, only to lose it anyway. Why? Because you didn't do your research. It is so important to research what you invest in, whether it's a business or a cryptocurrency. Getting into risky new projects can make you a millionaire, but it's important to understand what you're getting into. When you research crypto, there's 2 main things to look into to determine if you should invest: market cap and social media channels. Let's start with the first, market cap. Market cap is short for market capitalization. In crypto, it means the total value of the coins that have been mined and is calculated by multiplying the current coin price of a crypto to its circulating supply. This helps you to understand why the price of a token is the price it is. The reason this is so important is that you want to understand what the highest value could be. We all know the stories about Bitcoin. It started at $1, then became thousands. But just because you see a crypto at a low value, it doesn't mean it is going to reach hundreds of thousands of dollars. When you do your research, it's important to determine what's the market cap, but also the maximum supply of tokens that can be created by miners or stakers. That way you can get a better understanding of its potential value. Let's think of each cryptocurrency like a cake. The whole cake is the maximum supply of tokens. When the tokens are mined, it's like cutting slices of this whole cake. The more slices you have, the smaller those slices are. And the smaller they are, the less value they have. Now the difference between the cakes is that some can be cut up into smaller slices than others. One cake, let's say Bitcoin, can be cut up into 10 slices. Another cake, Shiba, can be cut up into 100 slices. The trap you have to watch out for is thinking these slices have the potential to turn into one of these bigger slices. Because there are so many smaller pieces of the entire cake, the price is always going to be much more limited. Even the market cap increases and the value of the whole cake goes up, you're only going to get a much smaller slice of the pie. Get it? If the whole Bitcoin cake was worth $1,000, when you buy and you had one slice, you had around $100. Then if the whole value doubled, you get $200. If the value of the Shiba cake was worth $1,000 and you buy one slice, you only have $10. If it doubles, you only make $20. Both crypto increased in value at the same rate, but the returns were proportional to the size of the slice. So even if Shiba increased in the same way that Bitcoin did, you'd only get proportional returns, small slices. Ideally, you want to find a crypto with a lower market cap and a fixed supply. If you found a new cryptocurrency that's, for example, $500 worth in market cap and has a fixed supply and the market cap goes to $1 million, you double your investment. It's also important to research how many tokens are distributed to the team, early investors, as well as the projected rate of when the tokens will be supplied to the market. This leads us directly into the second phase of research, observing the social media channels of crypto projects. This is where you can really dig deep into the inside scoop of how a new crypto might perform. You want to look for the official social media channels, see if they have Twitter, Telegram, Instagram, YouTube, Discord. You want to look for a few telltale signs and work out how they are run. You're trying to find out, is it a driven team? Do they have a reliable knowledge? Does their community believe in the project? What's their past experiences? Is the project audited? Do they have the correct certifications? This is where you have to use your own judgment and trust your instinct. If something doesn't feel right, don't do it. Look for positive signs like how niche and innovative they are. Do they frequently release updates? Is this a strong leadership? For example, look at Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, or Mark Zuckerberg. What do they all three have in common? They all had a dream and positive spirit to achieve their goals. They had a strong mindset. See what the leadership of the projects looks like and make your own judgment on it. At the end of the day, trust your gut. So remember, the 4 steps: balancing your income and expenses so you have more capital to invest. Time your investment wisely. The right timing does not follow the hype, it waits patiently. Use dollar cost averaging to spread out your investments over time to minimize risk. Do your research. Make sure your money is being invested wisely into a solid product. On that last one, I like to use coinmarketcap.com to research the market cap supply. I'll link it down below. Thank you for watching. If you want to contact me, you can hit me up on Instagram. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.